Hola amigos, bien o no, saludos desde Medellín. Hoy el tema es para el fin del día, para pensar y recuerdo cuántas veces o cómo tú has utilizando tu nueva lengua en el día. So, ese es el tema de hoy. So, hello again from Medellín. Splendid evening again. I think we've just missed the rain, so we might be okay for this evening. So the theme of the day really is taking inventory. To look back on our day that's just passed and think, okay, so today, honestly, how much did I use my new language? How much did I use it? How successful was I with that? And what lessons can I take from it? But let me think about what I did today. So, okay, in the beginning, watched a bit of TV, listened to some podcasts. So it was a bit of listening practice really, more than anything else. Then later in the day, I had to go to the bank, so I had to have a conversation. So because of that, I had to prepare key phrases I was going to use so I could answer those kind of questions. That went okay. So I had some active practice of some sort. So I had to prepare, go, practice, test it, get some feedback really during the conversation. Was I well understood? Yeah, pretty much. I think I handled that fairly well. Not too much confusion. So that was pretty much my practice in that sense actively today. And then later on this evening, I did one of those kind of quiz, online quizzes. Just I used to practice, vocabulary and see how much I remembered. And later on, I'm going to go and do a bit of reading. So that's been kind of my day generally. And I can look at that and say, okay, well, how successful was that? What things did I learn from, like the listening this morning, for instance, the TV I was watching? What kind of themes came up? Was that new stuff for me or not? Well, some of the news, yes. Other parts of the news, no. That's kind of familiar territory. They're talking about themes that have been repeating over the last couple of weeks, so that wasn't too new. Although I did watch one of the news items was on a new topic I didn't know much about, something on economics I hadn't heard of before, so that was a new kind of thing. When I did the listening like podcasts, again, yeah, okay, I'm kind of expecting that to cover those kind of topics, so that was like reinforcing things I already knew. But that again is quite helpful because, again, I'm checking different ways they use that kind of vocabulary. That's why I listen to that group of podcasts, really, to help me with that kind of vocabulary. And then again, as we said, I had to do an actual conversation. I had to try and prepare for, predict kind of questions I might be asked, prepare the phrases I needed so I could make my requests. And that went okay. And now I'm going to go back and do a bit of reading. So on the whole, I'm quite happy with that. Could it have gone better? Yeah, I perhaps could have asked more questions when I went to the bank. I could have expanded that a bit, actually. I could have been a bit braver with some of the questions I asked. I could perhaps have switched to an extra topic and asked for more information on other things. I try to keep it quite simple, and to be honest, I just went just for the one thing. I didn't ask for anything else. Probably in terms of my watching the TV this morning, alright, it was only the news items. The thing I didn't do that I could have done, I could have summarised that programme better. I could have tried to summarise that and talk about that later. I didn't do that. So that's something I could pick up again tomorrow. So you get the idea. Have a look back at your day. Think about, okay, well, when did I use the language? How did I use it? How well did that go? What things can I take from that again? What can I learn from that? Where could I improve? I'll be honest about it. Did you have more space in the day you could have practiced a bit more? Yeah, okay. I've noticed now I've got some extra time in my afternoon. I'm not really using perhaps as activities I could do. And that's interesting because obviously recently I've been busy with other kind of tasks, but now I've noticed I'm not doing that now. So I've got more time back in my day that I got used to not having. So that means I've now got a few extra minutes in the afternoon. Perhaps I can do more if I need to. So I might look into that. So small things like that. Be active in and reflect back on your day. Think about what went well, where you use the language, what could you improve, and how might that help you going into tomorrow and rest of the week. That's the idea for the day. Hope you find that one helpful. Déjame saber en los comentarios, como siempre. But for now, from Medellin, say cheerio.